Predator Badlands, and the first thought was, what if we take this classic movie monster and make you root for it? And forcing him through a gauntlet to truly test him and see what he's made of.
Today we had our first rain, which we wanted for most of the movie. Luckily, this did create the kind of atmosphere that we want. We want the movie to not be bright and sunny.
We've never attempted a giant adventure film.
Ready, action!
Here, you're not the predator. You're the prey.
I'm so excited for audiences to have a real giant screen adventure where they are rooting for a character that they've never been able to root for before. We wanted people to relate to this creature that is simultaneously vulnerable, but still a terrifying monster. We wanted to make sure to give people a big screen experience.
Come with us on this journey.
Follow us.
Jack is our protagonist, and he's facing off against not just insane creatures, but also the planet itself. Jack is from a clan that allows no weakness, where his only way to prove his worth is to hunt down the unkillable creature.
The main aesthetic difference was when we first started out, I thought what made him a runt was going to be that he was blind, and thought that would be the exciting thing, is to see this runt of the litter that has to compensate, and he was going to use the clicks with a mask that he had made himself as a form of echolocation, so to embrace the predator vision in a new way. And I'm so smitten with tethering an audience to a protagonist and really seeing the world through their eyes. That did not go with a character who's blind, that would tempt me filmmaking wise to actually not see certain things. So I abandoned that.
The Predator character in this movie demands a performance far beyond anything we've ever done before. Jack is a really unique protagonist in the Predator franchise in that he is the underdog, but is also a ferocious badass. We have Dimitrius wearing a suit that is practically built. We then work with Weta Digital to take Dimitrius' performance and bring it further to life.
My dad is a huge fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, so yeah, anything he was in was always just playing on TV. So yeah, I was quite young when I first watched it. I was terrified. I hated the Predator. I was so scared. But
thought when we first started that it would be a totally prosthetic build once again. And we did tests with Alec Gillis in the very beginning. And even he came up and said, I do not think we can do what this movie needs this way. Dimitrius is still in a full-body prosthetic suit. We still wanted to honor the franchise, but we needed the nuances and the range that only we can get now with visual effects.
Dimitrius brings so much to this creature. He is both very physical, but also deeply emotional.
Hi, I'm Alec Gillis, creature designer, and I'd like to show you some of the stuff we're doing with the brand new Predator. What's exciting to me is that we have Dan Trachtenberg at the helm, who loves to get as much in camera as possible.
Alec is one of my most treasured collaborators. He started on the original Predator movie.
The Predator aesthetic is ancient looking, but at the same time, very modern.
Weta Workshop worked with Alec to create the incredible suits and weaponry.
I'm very impressed with how Weta has been able to design everything. These weapons have to be hero close-up worthy as well as stunt worthy. So you got to be able to take a tumble and a fall and not break a weapon. So Weta Workshop is really expert at creating those different types of weapons.
I was very excited to bring to the Predator franchise a sword for the first time that uses electricity the way all of the other yautja weapons do, but is able to be wielded in a way that speaks to the nobility of a knight or ferocity of a barbarian.
Dan Trachtenberg, he's developed and expanded this universe in a way that I think the fans are really going to love.
We might not be alone in this hunt. Deck meets Thia, who is a weyland yutani synth.
And he straps her to his back and uses her as a tool to guide him.
Quick question. What should I be doing? Thia, she's technically broken. She is trying to make her way back to find her sister. She's more scientific and she's not quite as emotional.
Tessa has spent all of her time dealing with any threat that's in her way.
I played both characters. I worked a lot with Dan to try to figure out how to differentiate the two.
Elle was tremendous. She just knows how to make us believe that she is something more than human.
Thia is a weyland yutani synth. Her model knows Genna very, very well. She's been looking at how this planet works, and she has a lot of information that Deck can use from that.
What's interesting in Badlands is you're seeing different kinds of synthetic units. Usually the synthetic unit is something that's meant to blend in with the human crew, but now we find a battalion of synths, these drone hunters that are made to kill.
I think what I love about Dan is he's a fan of the universe.
I am constantly drawn to tales of the underdog with something to prove.
Following the movie Prey, I was thinking about what I would do next. I wanted to make truly an adventure movie about a monster and a robot.
I need a hand.
Awesome.
I wanted to give it a sense of nobility and dignity in a way that we don't normally see in this genre. That was the challenge of Badlands.
Killer of Killers and Badlands came kind of at the same time, and it was sort of which one would I want to make first? Also, in fairness, there was a third idea that I'm not speaking to, but they were all equally oh my gosh, wait a second. The fun thing wasn't just that would be so cool. A Predator movie hasn't done that yet, but also all of science fiction hasn't had a movie like this. So that's why I was sort of anxious to make it and couldn't, and why we did two at the same time. I didn't want to wait for one to happen after the other.
Dan Trachtenberg, he has a long-range vision for the franchise.
He's a massive Predator fan. He's so passionate about the story of the universe. And you're like, oh, that's gonna look mean when that comes out.
He can shoot a fight sequence beautifully, and the violence and the action, but then also he has this heart, and he's so great with actors and kind of bringing emotions out of you, and really cares about that side of things as well. And you can, I think in this film, it's a lot of genres mixed together, which is a hard tightrope to walk, and he just pulls it off so beautifully. And he's a brilliant director. Yeah, I will work with Dan again. I hope. I love him.
And then it was oh, I know some people that make robots. The Weyland Yutani Corporation from the Alien franchise that has linkage to the Predator franchise.
So that it came to the story, the vortex of the narrative sucked it in, as opposed to us trying to jam it in. What was challenging was time period, because we are set so far in the future purposefully, so that we didn't step on the toes of whatever Fede was doing, or of course whatever Noah Hawley was doing, and yet still wanted things to feel Weyland Yutani. And the kind of the thing that makes it feel Weyland Yutani is a lot of like MS-DOS style prompts and analog buttons and features. So walking the line between it feeling furthest in the future that we've seen them, yet also has some qualities that feel tethered to those aesthetic ideas in the franchise was a challenge. You know, there's now so many ways in which we can explore it in the animated setting, in the live action setting. There's so many different characters who we can pursue. In some ways, I think of different times we could go to, but also of different kinds of places we can go to that we've never seen. And there's certain kinds of journeys that we've never seen a sci-fi franchise take on, and some of those are the most exciting. I think it feels so organic and natural to the story because we didn't have the idea of, oh, Weyland Yutani, let's put that in the movie. It came from not wanting to include any humans in the movie, and then deciding on a story of a monster and a robot, how cool that would be, and then realizing, I know a company that makes robots that we can actually include. So that it came to the story, like the vortex of the narrative sucked it in, as opposed to us trying to jam it in.